Hello and welcome back to another segment of the Short Sale Minute. I'm Nick Levera.
And I'm Ryan Smith.
And we are here today in sunny Temecula, California. It is a beautiful day, about 70 degrees. A little breeze blowing and nothing but blue sky. And we thought we'd take it outdoors for you today.
We apologize for the background noise. We sit adjacent to a busy street, so we apologize. Hopefully the audio's coming through okay. I kind of wanted to dig into, I'm mad as hell, and I'm mad for a specific reason. If any of you follow my blog, you know why I'm mad. This is a follow-up from last week. But my wife took our children to the dentist probably a couple weeks ago, and in walks this lady, files under her arm, you know, acting like she owns the place. She has her little Bluetooth in her ear. I call them Blue Tools. So thinks she's really important. She sits down over in the lobby at the dentist, and it's kind of close to where the kids play. And the kids were making a little bit of noise, not a whole lot of noise. And my wife was going to tell them to be quiet, but then she thought, you know what? No. This is the play area. You know, if she's going to be on her cell phone, she can go outside. The dentist lobby isn't the place to be on your cell phone. Well, here's the thing that made me really upset. Is this lady, those files on her hand, those were short sales and also loan modifications that she was negotiating for. I have to assume negotiating. But here's the point that I want to make. Be careful who has your personal information. This agent was in the lobby, and this is how the conversation went. Oh, you want the last four of the social? Great, that's 1234. You want his date of birth? That's 6100. His full name is Ryan Smith. His property address is 123 Main Street, Temecula, California, 92591. Oh, you want the name of his spouse? And for those of you in the business know, when you make a call to a lender, they ask you these qualifying questions to make sure they're talking to the right person. Well, I don't think a dentist waiting room is a proper place to be negotiating deals and spouting off personal information. And keep in mind, she gave up the full social, the date of birth, the full legal name, and their mailing address. What more do you need to create identity theft? Yeah. So there's huge liability on this agent's shoulders, and I really want to call her out by name, but I'm not going to. You know, I'm going to sleep on it. I think our next video, I may call her and the company out by name because it pissed me off so much just because of lack of unprofessionalism with her and just, you know, it just pisses me off. It really does. When we do our negotiations, we're not in the lobby. We're not in the bank lobby. We're not in the grocery store.
No, we're sitting outside.
We're sitting outside where everyone can hear. No, really, we're behind closed doors. We don't even want coworkers hearing what we're saying. It's personal information, and we understand that it's personal information. It's between you and us, and that's it.
All joking aside, we do take that seriously, and I concur with Ryan. That's just wrong. It's unprofessional, it's unethical, and it's dangerous. So.
And I think I might be red because I think my blood pressure rose.
Well, you're red quite often.
Yeah, I'm red quite often. Yes.
Hey, one other quick thing we want to talk about today is this. We had a discussion earlier this morning with an enrolled agent, a tax advisor, and one of the things we discussed with him was the arrangement between servicers and the actual lender. So an example would be...
or investor, I guess, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, an investor. Yeah. That'd be a good point. Okay, so for example, and this is just an example, you have Deutsche Bank, who...
actually owns the loan.
Owns the loan. They issued the original loan. They funded the original loan. They hired a servicer who could be almost anybody.
Chase, Wells Fargo, yes. Countrywide.
Doesn't matter who.
Doesn't matter who.
Exactly. And so what happens is the servicer is paid by the original note holder to service that loan, to collect the monthly mortgage, to make sure that the note is current, and just keep the file in good standing. And they're paid a certain amount for that. So let's just say it's 30 basis points. If that note goes late, if you are late on your payment and it becomes delinquent, there is a clause in that service agreement that servicer actually gets paid more, and not just a little more, substantially more. And that begs the question of what is the motivation then for the servicer to actually work your loan mod or work your short sale with any kind of urgency or expediting it in any reasonable way in terms of time frame.
When you want to know why deals are taking 6+ months, this is exactly why. The servicer's still getting paid. They're putting money in their pocket, and it's a fat pocket.
Right.
Believe me, they're making bank.
The servicer is making more to service your delinquent note than they would if you were to pay on time. They're paid less if you're a good citizen. That's what it amounts to. And that also just brings up one last point here, and that would explain in large part why HAMP and HAFA are documented failures, absolute failures. HAMP and HAFA pay these servicers a stipend, a very small amount of money, at least in comparison to what they're getting to service this loan, maybe say $1,500. Well, $1,500 is pocket change compared to what they're getting paid by the note holder.
Oh, absolutely. And a thing that also, since I'm pissed off to begin with because of that agent, I'm pissed off about this as well, because you have these servicers who technically don't have to go back to the investor for investor approval. We hear that often. Oh, we have to get investor approval. You know what? They have the authority to make decisions on that file. And of course, I don't think these investors or the investor shareholders really know what's going on with these servicing companies as far as what they're doing. I mean, maybe they do, but they probably don't, because that investor's out a lot of money during this period of time. And these things can really be cleaned up in the matter of 60 days or so. 60 days or less, I absolutely think so.
And one of the things Ryan and I can do in those situations is, yes, we will escalate the file within the servicing group until that is no longer going to yield the results we want, and if need be, we'll go straight to the investor. We will get a hold of the investor one way or another and get this file in front of them so that they can see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Anything else?
You have a quote of the day to close this up?
I have a quote, but before we read the quote, you know what? I'm going to make an announcement. Nick doesn't even know about this announcement.
Geez.
The announcement is I started working out again. And I'm feeling good.
Are you buffing?
I'm buffing, yeah. I realized that I bulked up for the winter, and now summer's here, and I'm probably behind the 8 ball on this one, but I decided to get back in shape. And, I spend so much of my time negotiating with banks and taking care of clients that I really have to start taking better care of myself. I mean, we're ninja short sale specialists or ninja negotiators, but now it's time for me to get back to be a ninja warrior, a ninja fitness guru. So I'm making that announcement today that over this series you're going to see me get thinner and thinner and thinner.
I didn't want to tell you this over the winter, but yeah, you did bulk up a little bit.
I did bulk up, and you know what? I blamed it on the camera adds 10 pounds, but I can't blame it on the camera adds 20 pounds. So I'm going to end with this quote really quick. This quote came out of Success Magazine. It's by Dr. Nathaniel Williams. And he went on to say, I finally realized that if you want something different, you got to do something different. Take it for what it's worth. I'm Ryan Smith signing off.
Nick Lavera, shortsaleminute.com.
See you guys.